Hello, beloved twin flames, soul flames, and all lovers. What's going on at the moment in your life, in the life of the twin flames, and in the lives of the divine masculine? I'll get my bottle out of the way. For the first, when we go to the mind space of the divine masculine, he's thinking about the lovers, about the childhood, about their connection, about how they love each other. It could be that he's thinking about past lives with his divine feminine. How can they be playful again and have fun and laughter? Um, their cups are fulfilled. When they are together, their cups will be full. And he's thinking about, how can I come closer? How can I even get more connection with her? More in the love space instead of in the mind space. They know each other for such a long time, or it could be that your divine masculine um, is an old childhood lover, that you got separated by marriage, and he comes in and you see each other again after 17 or 20 years. That's what I hear. And that you both are connecting again, and he's happy to connect with you again. So it could mean that there will be communication, or other energies that will come in to connect with you again. An old lover that meets with you on Facebook, or somewhere else. So or you get a letter out of the blue, how are you? Or you meet on a reunion of school, so you reconnect again. And that's what I see for one group of you. For the other group, it's just the divine masculine thinking about love, and make this love grow between him and his divine feminine. What's in his heart space? He knows in his heart space there must be justice. Justice for all parties, I hear. He wants to come in balance with himself. He wants to grow. I see he's going to a growing phase now, awakening, another awakening, I hear. To being true to himself, true to his heart, true to his mind, but also want to keep everything in balance and be justice about it. For a long time, I hear he lived the life he didn't want to live, and he just went in there. That's what I see with a lot of divine masculines. Yeah, they get stuck in a relationship that's going nowhere, out of convenience, but also because of the divine feminine is not giving her standards, is not giving her boundaries, because of what she needs and what she wants from the divine masculine. So the divine masculine is going to drift off, to other things. And that was in the past, that he was drifting off because he didn't know where he belonged, and now he knows where he belongs, so he wants to make justice about it. And I also see that the divine feminine is supporting him in this, to have his own standards, to live his life, and she supports him in everything that she can, um, because he was blinded for such a long time, and I hear it. I wasn't going nowhere, and now I want to go somewhere. I want to, you know, celebrate life with my divine feminine. How does he see his divine feminine? As his empress, as an ending, but also a new beginning. He sees that she is getting back in her power. She is getting back stronger and stronger every day. Um, he also sees that there is an end coming to a circle, and that time is really relevant in this, that it's just a question of time before she will be empowered again, doing her things that she needs to do. um, you know, that she grew a lot, that she has faith in everything, that she is starting a new circle, of trust. He also sees that she is not afraid anymore to talk about her feelings, and I also see that um, he needs to open up more to his divine feminine so she can open up to him. It's going vice versa. Okay, what's in the divine feminine's mind? In her mind, she needs to save the money she earns, that she needs to save, because there are um, maybe for times ahead that's coming. She is preparing herself to save money. She is preparing herself for and it's not saving the money for herself. I see she's saving money for other people, saving her money for children, saving her money for projects, but also saving her money for and holding on to it, to realize her dreams. She has a dreams that involves other people, that involves that she wants to do for the greater good of all, and that's a big project, and she's saving her money for that. So there is a lot going on in the divine feminine's mind space, that she's holding on to what she has, holding on to a period. It could also mean that she's holding on to someone or something that no longer serves her, and that she is going to learn more lessons, to let go of this situation. And it has to do with a lot of feminine energy that is holding on too much, that she should release. And it could be that that it's stuff in her life that she wants to release. It could be it's stuff in her life that has emotional value that she has to release. But that's all in her mind space, and she's thinking about it. She's thinking about, I need to release what no longer serves me. I need to release what that's thank you, Spirit. She's holding on to the things because she had several times she had given away stuff or sold stuff or threw out stuff that later on she needed again. And that's why she's holding on to it. Like, I can't throw this out, or I can't do this away, or I can't release that yet because I could need this in the future. Because her program is going in themes. It could be that one theme is coming up 2 years later that she needs to go in, and then she needs her stuff, and she don't want to buy new stuff if there's another theme coming into her life that is needed for the future. Oh wow, this is complicated. I feel this is very complicated because she's holding on to certain things that maybe she can release, but she also knows out of experience when she is releasing some stuff, and she says, okay, I'm done with this, then 2 or 3 years later ahead she will need, or she has a need for that stuff. So she can't release it because everything has a theme in her system. And I'm talking about the real spiritual feminine that is going through these phases. Okay, what's in her heart space? The Wheel of Fortune. She is in her center, and she's in her sun center, and there is almost nobody who can get her out of it. There are people around her that want to make her insecure, or want to get her off her center, and she knows it's not possible because she is the center. You can't get someone out of their center when they are the center. So they try to say things to her and to make her insecure, but that she's not taking any notice of what anybody else says. She knows that it's just a projection of someone else. So there is no way you can get her out of her center. If the storm is coming in, she's the center of the storm. She won't get out in the outer lines to get her off track because she's been there. She's been there, that everybody could sweep her around and move her around and doing the things to pleasure other people. But she's not doing this anymore because she knows her standards. She knows her center. She is the center, and she is nobody from the outside letting to destroy this inner peace. So if there are people around her that want to get her off track, don't waste your time. That's what she said. You're just wasting your own time. You're wasting my time. You're wasting time from other people. You're projecting your own insecurities. Don't project your own insecurities on me, because I'm perfectly fine with my insecurities. I know what my insecurities are. I'm not afraid to show my insecurities. And everybody is insecure on some points in their life and some levels of their life. And it's just that she accepted all the insecurities that will come around and the insecurities of herself. In other times, she is more secure than in certain periods. She's more secure, but I feel she's very secure of her emotions. She's very secure of how she wants things, and it's all integrated in her system. She is not bothering by what other people say about her, because she knows that in her center this flame is there, her goddess is there, and that will always secure her of every moment. I also hear she is not going to please somebody else for to satisfy them. You know, it's she needs to be secure within herself. That's her first priority. Wow. And she knows, because if she stays in that center, you know, and the wheel keeps on turning and keeps on turning, she goes with that wheel. She works through the wheel of life, and that makes her more secure within herself. If you don't walk your path, and you don't have your spiritual practice, or you get caught up in life, and people, you know, sweep you all kinds of things on your path that makes you insecure. But when you walk your path and believe in your truth, and you meditate, then you get this pillar of light that will flow and flow and flow through you. Then you won't get off guard. You know, only the things of the outside world, the matrix world, get you out of your alignment. How does she sees the divine masculine? That he is in his emperor space, but in this space of dominance. It's not a dominant energy. Try to overrule himself. Oh, that's why. To overrule himself of his own insecurities. Okay. And he wants to look very secure, and she sees that there is still fire going on within him. He is doing a lot for himself to getting more stabilized, to get himself more in the fire energy, more in, there is too much fire at the moment, I hear, because of all the things that's going on in his life. But there is a lot of fire, a lot of passion, a lot of creation. That's what I hear. He needs the fire of creation, and that's where his focus is at the moment. And the divine feminine sees that he's getting stronger, that he's getting more authentic, that he is, I have a feeling, okay, the divine feminine sees also that he's too much in his mind space, that he has to drop more into his heart space. And at the moment, Mercury is retrograde. So it's very difficult now for him to speak from his heart, because there are so many things going on with Neptune and the emotions that get him totally out of balance. So she knows that he needs to get more in this mind space area to keep himself, you know, balanced, to keep himself going on. He wants to make a move towards his divine feminine, because he's looking at her. He's looking at his divine feminine, and he wants to make more progress with her, and more progress with the relationship, because he sees what she's capable of. He knows that she's capable of manifesting everything, and he he wants to learn, he wants to see how it will work for him. So all these things that is going on and what's happening, it will bring him back in balance and stabilized. Okay, what is his divine, what will support him? The love that he feels for his divine feminine will support him. Wow, the lovers. To come closer, to shine that light, to share the things together, to connect with her in a more deeper and divine way. He is supporting his divine feminine in every way he can. And the divine feminine also, you know, I also hear the divine feminine is supporting him in all. He wants to carry her. He wants to show her how much he loves her, and he does that on different ways than he expected to. Okay. How does he sees the relationship with his divine feminine? That it will be a challenge. He sees the divine feminine, you know, not she's not talking to his mouth. She is this feminine that's very stable and very secure, has an other way of thinking than he does, and he thinks that's a challenge. It's a challenge for him, but he is really connecting and accepting this. I hear he starts to accept things. He's not getting bothered anymore by what she says. You know, he can't. Sometimes he's how can I say it? Sometimes he just can't follow her, or he can follow her if he wants to, but he sometimes he feels inadequate of what she's saying. She triggers his insecurity, and then he can be sharp, you know, because of yeah, but he wants to communicate also with her. That's what I hear. He wants to communicate with her about views, how he sees things, and how she sees things, and if they can come closer to each other with that. If there are any things that they agree on, and there's so much more they agree on than that they disagree on. But it seems that the divine masculine just want to disagree and to stir some trouble. That's what I hear. He just want to it's about the insecurity. Okay. But also he wants to be he wants to show his intelligence to her about everything he knows about supporting her in the best possible way that he can. And he don't want her to get set up for failure, or don't want her to get not for disappointment, but that she won't Oh, this is a hard one. I don't know how to express the words. He don't want her to. How do I say this? He don't want her to feel um, or to get disappointed by not being informed the correct way. Okay, that's it. So if they're looking for divine feminine, if they're looking for something, that she has no um, um, experience in, and he has the experience, then he don't want her that she buys a cat in the sack. That's what I hear. That's a Dutch expression, a cat in the sack. But that she won't get set up for failure, or that's what he sees, and he wants to communicate about that so he can give her support of not going into a scam or anything like that. Okay. What supports the divine feminine? All her cups are filled. Are her all her projects to be focused on all her projects? That to have her options open, and that also means that she don't has to focus on one person, that she has to focus on multiple persons, multiple projects, multiple loves. What she needs to find out for herself, if the masculine or that comes into her life, her twin flame comes in her life, that he fills up all these cups. If that's possible, that there is a good communication, that there is spirituality, that there is passion and fire, that the money flow is good, that the love is there, that the peace is there, and nature is there, and luck and love. If all this is there, then the divine feminine has to get, then when she feels that, it's a green light to go. Everything needs to fit, and you're doing that by giving your standards. What are your standards? Okay, if someone is still don't know where his life is going, so let it be, and don't give it and give it space and give it room, to develop. I also see that the divine feminine has a lot of options at the moment, and a lot of projects that her focus is going to. It can also be that the divine feminine is has a lot of worries at the moment about family members, about all things that comes on her way. I also see that the divine feminine is, when she um, handles one project, her focus goes to one project, and when that project is finished, she lets it go, because there's too much going on in her life to focus in all these things at once. She has to make sure there is peace within herself to handle all these projects, and maybe the thinking about the things, what's coming her way. It could be that she is worried about moving. It's that she is worried about money, that she is worried about family, that she is worried about um, things that's coming up, in and that's in the future. But she wants to stay in the now. She wants to handle one project at a time, because she can't focus if all these things are going through her mind. She will get nuts. So it's very necessary for her to stay in her heart space and stay in this center and do one project at a time. If she gets an overload of all these projects, her stress level would go up, and she won't be a very nice person. That's what I hear. So now everything, she is balancing herself, and she gives her standards, she gives her boundaries to that. How does she see the divine masculine? That he's strong, that he is passionate, that he's coming back to his true self, that he is letting him guide himself by the energy of the divine feminine, that he is in his power, and he is focused on the future, and he needs strength for that. He needs strength to follow his path. He needs strength to marching forward, and that's what she sees with the masculine. She is also, I hear, she's also very proud of him. She's also very, very proud of him. She is not pushing him. She lets him develop himself in his own strength. She don't want to say to him what he needs to do, because she wants to find, she believes that he is strong within himself, and that he can find his inner strength by himself, and she is guiding him with a soft hand. She don't want to push him into anything that he don't want to. So she is seeing that he will find his strength back, and he will find it on his own. She is waiting if he needs help with something, or that she's not going to tell him what he needs to do. That's it. Because she thinks that he is mature enough, that he is a grown-up man, that he has strength enough to make his own decisions. Okay. Blocking the divine masculine, his temple path. His temple path is blocking his way at the moment. Or he wants to, it's the other way around, I hear. He wants to follow his temple path, but because of everything that's going on at the moment, he has no time to follow his temple path. But he knows that he will follow that temple path because he needs to make choices, you know. He is going to make a choice to follow the temple path that will connect him with his strength, with his inner power, with his lineage. He is going to find out and make a decision about this, what to do with it. And I feel it's not a spiritual path he needs to do. It's the path of remembrance and to reclaim his strength. That's what I hear. And what's going on in the divine feminine's headspace? she's thinking too much, and that's about all these projects. It could be that she starts letting go of the thinking. Oh, that's more appropriate, I think. And she lets go of the thinking because of all these projects that is going on. And when she lets go of all these projects, then it will be more stable for her. She don't want to think too much about the future. She don't want to think about too much of the past. She's just wanting to stay in the now and in the present. And it's very difficult at the moment with so many projects going on that really will support her. So it's really in this space that she wants to go, you know, about I'm thinking about it, and I'm what do I need to do, which direction shall I go. I want to walk my journey, and I want to do my thing. And it's very hard in the environment she's in at the moment. And let's see what she's going to do about. She's going to see all her options, and she's going to go to every door. So it could be that there is a project in her life that she's opening all the doors to see what's behind it, if that's the right fit for her, if that's the right path to go to. What's behind this door? I'm curious what's behind this door. And if it doesn't fit her, she closes the door. She's going through another door, and she is looking, oh, what is the opportunity behind this door? She is really and that's this one. She is really thinking about everything very closely. If she's not jumping into it anymore, she is really taking her time to see in every project what's behind the door, and if it suits her, if it resonates with her, if it resonates with her head, her heart, and her soul. You know, it's a body, mind, and spirit. What, you know, if those three aren't in balance, she won't get through that door. And that's how she operates. She's going through every door that's open. Okay, there is a project, and open its doors. And then she goes through the door and see, okay, what's behind that door? What does it has to offer me? Is it correct with everything I'm standing for? What my beliefs are, what I feel? Is it connecting with my mind, body, and spirit? You know, is this the exactly best thing for the highest good of me? And that's how she goes through all the projects. And that makes her also think, you know, that makes her also think about things, instead of just jumping in and thinking, okay, I'm in this perfect relationship. But is it the perfect relationship? She is really looking and feeling and giving it time to say, okay, this person opened his heart for me. There's a possibility, but is it really is it really worth the investment? Is it really worth and is it in alignment with my body, soul, and spirit? So that's how the divine feminine is going, and that's what she's going to do about all these projects in her life. You know, she's getting more mature about it, very, very mature about it. That's what she's going to do. What combines them both? That there is love. They're both in love, and the divine masculine and the divine feminine combines that they're in love with each other. and they know this, and there is, how are they going to develop this? Because it combines them both. They're both in this space of, you know, let's see how it develops. And that's what I see here. They want to go and take this adventure together, but they're also very contemplating with it, you know. They are more in a place of rest and let it be and let it happen. But we're on a journey together. How can we, you know, make this bridge together to one another? And you only can do it by giving it space, giving it time, giving it love, and surrender into it. And when you surrender into it, and one is maybe very happy in the situation he is now, and the other is very adventurous. So how are they going to make that bridge together? And they really want to make this bridge because that will bring them together in acceptance that both of them are different and both of them are wanting this. But it needs time. It needs time. It needs time and space, you know. They going to I see now this person is, you know, on this aisle, and is, you know, a little bit in desperation, like, oh, I'm here and you are there and you have to come and save me. But if you see in their hands, they have all the tools that they need to climb downstairs. But he is waiting for this person, you know, to start this adventure. And she knows, the divine feminine or the divine masculine knows that, and she's just, you know, going in this space of, I surrender to it, but I have my standards. You know, I have my time. I want to see this develop. And that's also the divine masculine. He wants to come and rescue her. So they are both in this situation and see it as an adventure together. So, but you know, the twin flame journey needs time, needs space, needs contemplating, needs rest, and needs peace. Peace. Not quarreling, not a fight. The divine feminine stepped out of the fighting, you know. She is not going into fight. She just thinks, okay, you talk. You know, I know what you're saying. If things are going to an end, then it's going to an end, and I'm perfectly fine with it. If you want to go a different direction, you know, it doesn't mean that I can't do without you. I will miss you because I love you, but you know, I would let you go. There's no way that she will hold on anymore because she hold it on too long, so she can let go of every situation. So that's where the divine masculine and divine feminine are at. You know, if the divine feminine says, okay, you take another road, you take another direction, yes, you go and go that other direction, but I will still do my thing, you know. And if I'm going to do my other direction, you also need to accept it, you know. And that's you know, that can also bring them back together, you know, by believing and giving each other space to develop their own lives and coming back together and being in love and being in this energy of loving and kind space, holding each other, supporting each other, you know, have incredible sex with each other, and then go back to your own lives, you know. I hear, oh wow, I hear there's a limit to that, and that means there's only one thing, and that's faithfulness and faithfulness. Yeah. And if that's not what the divine masculine can give her, then he have to tell her, and then he has to let her go, because she could be happy with someone else, and somebody else will come into the space of the divine feminine, because she is the divine feminine. There are too many options for her, you know. There are too many options. So she could she, I hear the divine feminine can be happy with anybody, because she is the divine feminine, but she's still waiting for her twin flame, because that's her divine counterpart, you know. That's the other part of her soul. Um, that's her masculine part of her soul. And you know that divine feminine and masculine in your body are already in union. They are already in balance with each other. So no matter what happens, she will always be connected with her divine counterpart. In the 5D, in the 3D, she will be in union. And that's what is needed to know for the divine feminine. Okay, let's go on and see what's the divine masculine. That's the card of the last week. Still on top. Let's see. It's very complicated, I hear. It's very complicated. But the divine masculine made a choice. He made a choice for his divine feminine. I hear a lot of reunions are happening at the moment. There's a lot of passion here and a lot of love, you know, from the divine feminine, from the divine masculine. They just make it more difficult by not talking to each other. That's what I hear. They create tension. Good tension, really good tension. They create really good tension. You know, it's creating sexual tension, creating I also hear the divine masculine has to accept the way the divine feminine is, because it's you know, relationships aren't hard, you know, because the divine feminine and the divine masculine are different, and we need to know how the divine masculine's mind works, instead of, because we can't make a feminine out of a masculine and you know, let him let him think like a woman. That's impossible. You know, he can try to understand the feminine energy, but we have to understand the masculine energy. Okay. What I see is The Divine Masculine made a choice. The Divine Masculine made a choice of and knowing which direction he wants to go, where he's doing it for, where his heart is, where he can be the most happiest, where he can create abundance, where he creates love, where he can create security. And the Divine Feminine, she cuts out of her life what no longer serves her. And she don't let her force to cut out the things that no longer serves her. You know, she is going through this phase of, you know, cutting out friends, cutting out everything that really doesn't matter to her. You know, if there are people in her life that don't connect with her, and she sees that those people are not investing in her as she invests in them, you know, she cut them out. She is done with parasites. That's what I hear. She is done with the parasites. Okay, and the overall energy is building a house together. Building a house, rearrange the house so everybody can come in and fly out whenever they want. Okay, now I want one more card from Nature Whispers. These cards are so beautiful. One card, please, for the masculine, and one card for the feminine, please. One, yeah, get out both. Okay, feminine energy and masculine. Wow. For the masculine, it's celebrate the differences. Celebrate that you're different. Celebrate that you're not the same. If you were the same, it would be so fucking boring. You know? Celebrate that you are different. Celebrate that you are masculine. Celebrate that she's a feminine. That she can support you. That she can do her best for you. But that's it. Communicate more. He needs the communication with his Divine Feminine about everything. Not just about, you know, superficial things. He needs to get into the depth, into the spiral of life, you know, to understand her. And she needs to go in the spiral of his life to understand him. How can you understand someone when they're just closed off and being in their headspace and just being friends with their thoughts, you know? You need to get it out in the open and you know, help each other out. You know, you don't have to carry the burdens by yourself. For the Divine Feminine, expansion. There is expansion coming up for the Divine Feminine. I see meditation, traveling to other countries, traveling to create with the goddess, to create here with the goddess energy, and walk the path of the new goddess, I hear. So if there's a new goddess introducing herself to you this year, go and explore her space, you know. Go and explore her space. And there is a new future. There's a beautiful horizon. There is, you know, meditation. Go in visualization. You know, go into nature. And I also see expansion of the Divine Masculine that here's the divine masculine looking at his goddess, you know, and let her guide him. You know, she is that goddess, you know, she is that goddess. So that was oh, I see. Oh my god, the the biggest thing I didn't see of this card, the two hands holding each other, holding each other's hand, you know, making the bridge from the divine masculine to his goddess. And that will give you expansion in your life, expansion in your dreams, expansion. And that means that no longer running away from the situation. You know, hold each other, hold each other's hands to make the connection. Okay. Well, this was it for this week, my beloveds. I hope you had a great reading, a great week. If you want a private reading, so I can channel your divine masculine, and in this channeling, I can see where the blocks are, when you're coming in union, what needs to be done to reblock and cut out the energies that no longer serve you both. And that's how you can heal this situation between your masculine and feminine and coming back together. Okay, so you can order a reading for 30 minutes or 60 minutes and 90 minutes with a light language light expansion. I wanted to say light language healing, so I can cut your blocks and help the twin flames, the masculine and the feminine, come back together. Okay, I will thank you for all. Namaste. Thank you for my all new subscribers. I'm so happy that you follow me, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.